Hello, and welcome to the Borealis experience. I'm your host, Aurora, life coach and companion on this beautiful journey called life. I hope you feel good. I hope you feel safe, supported, loved, seen, heard. If you don't feel good at the moment, I hope that my episode here is going to bring you a lot of value and empowerment, inspiration. Please note that my podcast is kind of organized as a build-up. So if you're new to this podcast, please subscribe and start out with season number 1. And you'll see over time that, it is a beautiful build-up. I go pretty much into depth from the beginning. If there's any episodes, if there's any topics that are intriguing, let me know. And if there's any topics that you want me to talk about in the future, also let me know. Connect with me on Facebook, Aurora Eggert, or join the Aurora Eggert coaching page. All right, let's dive into today's topic. Are you abandoning yourself? First off, what is abandonment and how can you abandon yourself? As you maybe know, or maybe you're new to my podcast, I share my experiences, my thoughts, my feelings about certain topics. And I would say that abandonment is when we don't feel supported. We can't be on our own by ourselves and abandon ourselves, or we can feel abandoned by other people. In a group setting, we can also feel ostracized or excluded. There's not a feeling of belonging or feeling understood. You feel let down. You feel, full on unsupported. You feel alone. Not only alone, but you feel lonely with how you feel, with what you think, with your values, your beliefs. You feel people are not showing up for you. People don't put the effort in to understand you. And it's a very uncomfortable place to be in. Nobody wants to be sitting in that feeling for too long. Now, why would we abandon ourselves? How is that possible? It is by our beliefs that we abandon ourselves. It is by conclusions that we make about ourselves that we abandon ourselves. So, for instance, if you're in a relationship and you have agreed to chat with your partner at a specific time and they don't show up, you start thinking thoughts. You start feeling feelings about your partner not showing up. If you've been traumatized in the past, you might feel re-traumatized. If you have made experiences that are similar to the experience that you're going through right now, then you might feel triggered. You might project your past into your present, into the future, and you might distort the reality that it's going on. So let's say your partner is not showing up because they had a car accident. But in the past, you experienced that somebody didn't show up because they decided to, spent time with another person, or they simply forgot about you. Now all this anxiety is going to come up in your chest, in your body, in your mind, in your head. And you're going to create feelings, maybe even anxiety. There's going to be a buildup inside of you. And when your partner comes home later, you might lash out, or you might avoid them, whatever your coping mechanism is, your way of dealing with challenging feelings. You're gonna react to the non-showing up of your partner. If you had really good experiences so far and you don't really put much importance into if a person is showing up or not, you will have a very different reaction. So the way we self-abandon in certain situations is in thinking, yeah, well, we're not worth it anyways. Yes, I'm not as interesting as other people anyways, or that person is too cool, too interesting anyways, and they are out of my league, so of course they're gonna abandon me and not show up for me. So it is kind of a trauma reaction that you have. It is conclusions that you make about yourself that have nothing to do with reality, and even make your present situation worse. Let's say you are in a relationship and there is a fallout, you guys break up. Chances are that your conclusions about yourself are going to be similar to the ones that you made in the past. And you're going to kind of project the past onto the present and say, yeah, well, this happens to me all the time. Life is shitty. I'm not worthy. I'm too complicated. And what it does really is that you put yourself into a victim mentality. You put yourself in a place of disempowerment, of unresourcefulness, a position that is really, detrimental to your self-esteem. So it is not the outside world that is making you feel this way, because you could have very different reactions and thoughts about a specific situation. It is the thoughts and the conclusions that you make about yourself when in a situation like this. I want to go into way more depth in the future, because I feel a lot of people abandon themselves in situations where if they would keep a clear mind, a more rational mind, a more neutral mind, they would serve their purpose or themselves way better. And at the start, it's going to be very weird and uncomfortable to kind of go against your old beliefs and to neutralize your super emotional and dark conclusions and thoughts and feelings that you have. But with time, they're going to become less powerful, and you will see that you can reach a state of mind and emotion that is way better for you. And the beautiful thing about this is that your relationships to other people will change as well. And why is that so important? It is so important because I believe that relationships are life. We are in constant relationship with our environment, and if we are healthy in our mind and our heart, we are in constant relationship with people. Of course, we're going to have alone time that is also very healthy, but as a whole, we're always in relationship with the creatures, the people around us. And the more clear we are about who we are, the more clear we are about the healthy conclusions we make about ourselves in certain situations, the better we feel about ourselves, the better decisions we're going to make, the better reactions, responses we're going to have to the people around us. And it is very, very important when you are on a path of healing, when you are on a path of letting go of old patterns and belief systems. It's always important to, when you feel triggered, to question your belief that is being triggered in the moment, and to ask yourself, is this really true? Is it really true that you are unworthy and that people are going to mistreat you anyways? If yes, why? If no, how can you start letting go of this belief? How can you replace it by a more healthy set of beliefs? This is what I'm here for you to become aware of. And I'm so excited to have more and more people joining me and on a path, on a coaching path with me. It is incredibly precious work, and just a path that I chose for myself that is incredibly healing. I enjoy every client that I have and every baby steps that they make in their direction of healing and success. And maybe it is something for you as well, and you can just reach out and we jump on a free 60-minute call and see how I could help you. All right, if you don't mind, make the time and leave a review on Apple Podcast. It would mean the world to me. And otherwise, take really good care, and I will be out there very soon again. Bye-bye.